Welcome to the United States of Tiffany. Our commentary offers a humorous take on wrestling. Please note, we're not bullying or attacking the wrestlers. We're engaging with the choreographed sport and its storylines. Our jokes and observations are about the characters and storylines, not the real people behind them. Tourists and citizens alike, welcome. Enjoy the show, and remember, it's all in good fun.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, Deadline is over with. It's a very, very, very good show. Solid closing to NXT for the year, and we love that for them. They did an excellent job at setting up new storylines, new villains, and setting up New Year's Evil. Now, if you did not watch Deadline, you really missed out on a very, very good show. I'm going to try and go in order so that you guys can understand how this show went and what I thought about each match. Let's start off with the first match of the night. It was Ricky Saints versus Obafemi. Obafemi and Ricky Saints really took each other to the limit. Ricky Saints worked his ass off to keep Obafemi down despite Obafemi's unwielding power. Ricky Saints was able to get massive offense on him and had him down multiple times for almost 3 count. But ultimately, Ricky was not able to best the ruler. He could not beat Obafemi. Obafemi has regained the NXT championship, and he is now the champ, and Ricky Saints is on the outside looking in. This did not look good for Ricky. Ricky was then in the back. He was contemplating, like, what does he do now? He can't beat Oba, and this was his shot, you know. And Javon was trying to tell him, like, you lose titles, you gain titles. It's all a ploy. You can get this title back. And Ricky was like, no, this is over. It's over. I lost. So Javon was like, well, I'm going after this championship. I'm going to win this Iron Survivor, and I'm not waiting until New Year's Evil. So whatever that means is what it means. It'll mean something in a minute. Trust me. Moving on to the Women's Iron Survivor Challenge match. Let me see if I can get the right render up. That's the wrong one. That's the wrong one. That's the right one. There we go. The Women's Iron Survivor was the next match. It actually was my favorite match of the night. All 5 of these women went out there and fought their asses off, with Soul being the one who got the most target on her back. Kaylani Jordan was a nasty villain in this match. She was ruthless when it came to Soul, specifically Soul and Jordan Grace. She went after Soul's knee immediately once she got pinned and went sent to the penalty box. She was pissed off, and instead of her just waiting her time out, she decided to take out Soul's knee, which eventually gave Soul a massive target in the match. But originally, Soul was pulled. So we thought it was just going to be the 4 women, to which Kaylani Jordan seemed to be very happy about. But Soul ended up coming down there and almost getting all of her pins. She got both of her pins in one shot and was able to take over and get 2 pins. Everybody else slowly began to catch up after Soul, and then it came down to the final bout. So Ruka had got, I think it was either Lola Vice or Jordan Grace when she got them laid out. It was laid out on the end. She rolled them in the ring, was getting ready to go in there and take them out. But again, Kaylani Jordan went after her knee, took out her knee, and that took her out of the match. Kaylani didn't get her shit off like she was supposed to, but Kendall Gray did. Kendall Gray came in and stole the win, and she was able to become the Iron Survivor. And of course, JC Jane and her merry band of losers came out there to stare down Kendall Gray. Now, Kendall Gray is the current Evolve champion, and JC Jane is the current NXT champion. It's not championship versus championship. It is just JC Jane's title on the line at New Year's Evil. And Kendall Gray has won the right to face off against JC Jane. I was upset about that. I wanted it to be one of the other girls only because Kendall Gray got her own problems in Evolve. She's got to worry about PJ and Callie both coming after her for that championship. Callie is owed a rematch, and PJ has worked her way up to the top of the Evolve Mountain of the women to be able to challenge for that Evolve championship. But I guess she'll wait until those girls resolve their issues, and then whoever comes out, she'll compete against. But this match was very, very, very fun. I love the fact that the women utilized that fucking cage. They were making people pay. If you were on the outside of that damn cage, them girls was using that door. If you were standing next to it, Kaylani got the door kicked on her by Jordan Grace. Jordan Grace kicked that door so damn hard, Kaylani's ass got hurt, okay? They were fighting inside that damn cage. They were tearing each other apart. Their match was a masterclass of how you can utilize that fucking cage for the Iron Survivor Challenge match. They did everything they were supposed to do. They were working their asses off. And I said, thank God somebody understood. Because the last couple of years for the Iron Survivor have not been good. And this year, it was solid. It was solid. It was worthwhile. Thank God. Thank God. Oh, listen. Just to save you some trouble, Mr. Iguana put up a good fight, but Ethan Page retained his championship. Now, I'm not sure exactly what Shawn Michaels is doing, but it really don't matter to me because what I need for them to do is to give Ethan Page a real challenge. And there's no shade to Mr. Iguana, but at this point, Ethan Page has not defended his title in a real rivalry since after he got it. Like, after he got the title, I don't even remember who he took it off of. After he got the championship, he hasn't defended it since. And it's just becoming, it's getting to the point now where it's just like, I don't care that he has it. I don't care that he has the title. And I hate to say that because the North American Championship is a great championship. It really is. But I don't care that he has it because he isn't defending it against anybody who's really giving him a challenge or a true run for his money. Except for Tavion, but even Tavion wasn't built up correctly to take the title off of Ethan Page. I'm just waiting on the right opportunity for Ethan that will really make him either rise to the occasion or drop that fucking title and move on. Because I'm not annoyed with him. He's a fine champion. It's just, what are we doing? And yeah, they were. It was very, very good. But Ethan Page retained his championship, y'all. This match was probably my favorite match of the whole night because it actually was storytelling. And it did work out in Izzy's favor, but I don't think that the situation between Izzy and Tatum is over. You see, Izzy felt like Tatum wasn't listening to her and she was doing things on her own without the consulting of the group. So when that happened, and in the last match, she didn't listen to nothing that Izzy Dame said, they cost her the championship intentionally because they felt like she was too busy trying to show and prove everybody as a champ when she needed to think smarter and not harder. To a certain extent, they're right. But at the same time, it took all three members of the culling to beat Tatum. They had to manipulate, use mind games, and act like they still loved her and wanted to be her to be around in order for them to beat her. And Tatum, being the emotional wreck that she is, couldn't decipher as to whether she wanted to keep her or lose her, and she just kept bouncing between emotions. The last part of this match, Shawn Spears was the last final nail in the coffin between Izzy and Tatum. Now, what I'm hoping will happen is at New Year's Eve, Izzy and Tatum will revisit their match again. And this time, Tatum will spare no expense and she will tear Izzy Dame apart. I just need her to be completely broken so that she has no more remorse for what she does. But she got to be smart. If I'm booking the match, I would have Tatum slowly but surely dismantle the culling from piece by piece, starting off with homeboy. What is his name? Nico or some shit like that. Get him out the way. Chop block his ass in the back. Make sure nobody sees you do it. Make sure you blade his ass out, pipe, whatever you got to do. Then you go after Shawn Spears. While Izzy Dame is cutting her little promo in the ring, you take out Shawn Spears with a chair. Beat the brakes off of his ass. Make sure they don't come back for the next couple of weeks. And then at New Year's Eve, it's just you and Izzy. And then you need to make that match a special. It need to be a special type of match. Steel cage, whatever weapons, doesn't matter. Make it a decent match where the two of y'all have equal playing field and those two are barred from ringside and y'all can have it out and have a definitive finish. And whoever wins needs to be the next one to go after the damn championship after this Iron Survivor Challenge winner, Kendall Gray, loses to JC Jane, because there's no way that I'm going to believe that she is going to beat JC Jane at New Year's Eve. I just don't think that. Okay. Now that we ain't got that out the way, let's move on to this last one. Now, I told y'all the NXT Iron Survivor Challenge for the men, it closed out the show. And they put on a good match. I'm not going to lie. The men did great. Deion Lennox was the only person that I saw that was being the most ruthless one in this match, forceful enough to destroy and dismantle people as they were coming into the box and taking out of the box. Deion was messing Joe Hendry's ass up in that box. And Joe Hendry was giving it to him as much as he was taking. You feel me? They was going off, but it wasn't enough carnage in the men's match. And their intensity was not as equal as the women's match. The women's match was the better of the two, if I'm being fair. On paper, Javon Evans, Leon Slater, Miles Bourne, Deion Lennox, Joe Hendry, that's a recipe for a classic match. On paper, the women's match was a recipe for a classic match, but the women somehow showed out more than the men did. Ultimately, there were no hiccups in this match. There was no craziness. There was a lot of high flying. Javon got locked inside the cage, and he ended up climbing out and jumping off the top of it onto Deion Lennox and taking him out. This led to a lot of back and forth, but it was 1-1-1 across the board for everybody. And Javon Evans was able to get the last win, the last pin at the end, and he became your new Iron Survivor for 2025. Okay, now the show went off with Obafemi standing at the top, staring down Javon Evans, and then the lights went out, and this nigga showed up. And not only did he take out Javon Evans, but he stared down fucking Oba. Now listen to me. I want y'all to hear me when I say this. I don't think Obafemi is going to drop his title to Javon Evans. In fact, I think he will keep it. Javon Evans might get the title. He just might, but I don't think that he will. You see, y'all was watching NXT a while when Tony D'Angelo was the Don, and then you had, of course, Obafemi as the champ. Tony ended the champ's reign. And he was one of very few people who was able to beat Obafemi. Outside of Trick Williams, outside of Ricky Saints, Tony was the first. And so having those two go back to this feud again, this time with Obafemi being the face champion and Tony being the heel contender, that's a different vibe. And we all know when the tide changes, something in the air has shifted. Now, next Saturday, Obafemi is going to be fighting against Cody Rhodes. This is a showcase match. This is not for titles or any of that. So Obafemi is going to be fighting Cody Rhodes. This is to determine where Obafemi is in terms of mainstream wrestling. This will be the first time that Obafemi will be wrestling on main event TV. This is going to be national television. You feel what I'm saying? So Obafemi got to be pristine in order for this to work. Me personally, I think Tony D'Angelo more than likely will take that championship from Obafemi. And they're going to have, like they have Javon win this Iron Survivor Challenge. I really wish they wouldn't have. I really wish they would have given it to someone else and then had Javon challenge for the North American title and let him be champion for a little while. But what do I know? I'm just a lowly fan watching TV. Ah, okay. He is disposable for sure. I'm not liking the odds against Javon Evans either. I don't see Javon Evans beating Obafemi. And it's not because he can't, because I know he's more than capable. It's because of the way they keep shoehorning other stories in between him and everybody else. So I am of the school of thought that if you're not going to give him the title, stop dangling the carrot in front of him. Don't do him like that. Let him get a title that's attainable at the moment. Let him go after the North American Championship. Ethan is not facing off against nothing. He has no true rivalry. The last time that those two met in the ring with each other, Ethan got beat. But first, he took out Javon Evans in his mouth and everything. So revisit that feud between the two of them and let them fight it out. Let them fight it out. But overall, if I had to give y'all a rating for this PLE, I will tell y'all this PLE was fire. It was very good. It set up new feuds, possible revisions of older feuds. It just gave you a really good vibe, and I appreciate that. Okay. Now, the girls and the guys may not like the feud per se, but I will say this, everything that we saw was strategically done so that it was set up the next set of feuds going into NXT this coming Tuesday and beyond. All right. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you didn't watch it, please go and watch it. I promise you, you will be entertained from start to finish. I think they did a good job booking everything. I think they did a great job. What? Oh, what's good, Shorty? Okay, I'm about to say, what the hell? Hey, how you doing? I think they did a good job booking everything. I think they did a great job of setting up the domino effect of everything leading up to the finale. I also think they did a great job of positioning everybody. Everybody that was on that PLE all did exceptionally well. I was very, very happy with Dion Lennox and his performance. I was very excited when it came to Leon Slater and Javon Evans' performance. All of the women did excellent in their match. Every single one of them did excellent. So if you missed out, go back and watch it. It is available currently on Peacock. They're getting ready to put it up. I think in about an hour or two, they will put the replay up. You know what I'm saying? They're getting ready to put the replay up so you can watch it on the replay if you want to. But it's totally up to you guys. I'm telling you right now, it was a really good show. Okay. So Make sure you rate, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to follow me on all my socials. Everything is always scrolling at the bottom so you'll know exactly where to find me. Okay? That's the old banner. This is the banner for the podcast, and this is the banner for everything. So if you ever want to find out where I am in terms of commentary, just posting stuff on my socials, go ahead and follow me on my socials. I do have a TikTok, so TikTok is posted. I also have Instagram. All of that stuff is up there. Okay, make sure you follow me. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys on Monday after Monday Night Raw. Have a good night, everybody. Go watch NXT Deadline. If you missed it, go watch.
Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe for more wrestling content. Check out our merch and consider becoming a member for exclusive perks, special emojis, and members-only content.